Hey there, Tierney. Welcome in. I am so excited to have you here today for some live coaching. I just shared a little bit with the listeners about you, but I always like for my guests to give us the whole scoop. So, like who you are, who you serve, what's your area of expertise?
Okay, yeah, thank you. Well, thank you for having me on here. It's an
Yeah.
honor to be here. Um, so I'm a sleep apnea coach, but how I became a sleep apnea coach was that I had my own sleep issues after I had my kids, and
Hmm.
I thought I just had to retrain myself. And then I luckily read the right book that led me down this whole path of sleep disorder breathing, because I have a form of what we call upper airway resistance syndrome, which is a step before sleep apnea.
Uh huh.
And with that, um, I realized a lot of people get missed, right? And it's a hidden epidemic for a lot of people. 90% of people who have sleep apnea don't know it. And
Wow.
so a lot of people are getting missed, or they're given a CPAP machine and just told, here you go use it. And then 50% of people can't tolerate it, right? So
Yeah.
they're just left hanging, thinking, this is all there is out there.
Right.
And my background is I'm a physiotherapist. So I've been doing that for 20 years. So I'm into the whole body, breathing. That's my whole bread and butter. And so it was just a huge thing where that's how I got into this. And I wanted to help people be able to breathe better at nighttime so they can have a good night's sleep and reach their full potential and live a long and healthy life.
Wow, I love that. And so you've actually worked for yourself as an entrepreneur for a long time?
Yeah, so I've been for physiotherapy. I've had my own business since my son was born. So that's been now going on 8 years with that.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
And the sleep apnea thing, you added that on when?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. Okay, cool. Well, I
Yeah.
love that. If there's any how are you feeling about being an entrepreneur? 'Cause I feel like it's a roller coaster and, you know
Yeah, it absolutely is a roller coaster, right? Because there's ups and downs and dealing with that. And then I work pretty much on my own, right? So not having any other help, it's like
Yeah,
you're doing it all on your own, right? So it's not like if I don't do the work, it just doesn't get done, right?
right.
There's no one else to pass it on to. And then having young kids and balancing that too is, I
Yeah,
find,
yeah.
challenging.
It is, isn't it? Like, I remember when I left corporate and I was sitting here and it was just me working on my business, and I was really excited, but then I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's just me. I don't have an IT department. I don't have an HR department. I don't have paid vacation days." I'm like, "My gosh." Yeah, that was an interesting realization, but all right, so prepping for the live coaching thing today, you had mentioned to me that, you needed help building your list and then also getting more conversions from the list you have. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Which one of those things do you wanna tackle first?
Probably building my email list. Let's go with that one first.
All right, cool. So tell me the things that have worked well for you so far.
What I've been doing is I'll do a quiz. So to see if people are
Mhm.
at risk for a sleep apnea
Yeah.
or sleep disorder breathing. And then so I get their email that way. And then that's how I'm building my email list.
Mhm.
And then lately, I actually just did a stop snoring masterclass. So I got more people that way as well.
Nice.
Um, and then Oh, actually, the other one I did a menopause symposium here in where I am, and then I did a draw, so I got email people, like, got email lists that way, or emails
Nice.
in that way.
Nice. So you've got for your free lead magnets, you've got your quiz
Yeah.
and then your masterclass that was free, right?
No, that was a paid one.
Oh, that was paid. Okay. Do you have any other free lead magnets?
I do have a couple other ones, yeah, that are in there that are sleep related. Yes.
Okay. And are you promoting those?
Not all of them. One of them I do have on my website, so yes.
Mhm. Okay. So when you've got so it sounds like you've got 3 lead magnets, the quiz and then 2 other
Yeah.
ones that are free. How often are you promoting those on social media?
Um, I have not the quiz, yeah, not great. Actually, I could probably promote that more. Coming to
Okay.
think about it, like, I did it for a while, but then coming back to it, I haven't. Like, sometimes when I do some posts, I'll say, like, "Are you at risk? Try my quiz," but I don't do it
Mhm.
consistently. Because right now what I'm doing is I'm doing another masterclass on, for perimenopause and menopause, on sleep.
Okay. And is
So
that
that's where I
paid?
was gonna be that's gonna be another paid one, and that's gonna be, like, where, I'm promoting that for the month.
Got it. Okay. So, what I, as a visibility and list growth strategist, this is something that I help the students with in Business Visibility Made Easy all the time. People cannot opt in for what they can't see or what they don't know exists.
Right.
And so what we have here is a visibility issue on your lead magnets. And so it is perfectly okay to promote one lead magnet per week, every week,
Okay.
alongside a promotion of a paid thing. So even though I'm in launch of Business Visibility Made Easy right now at the time of this recording, and I'm obviously promoting my free live masterclass, and now cart's open, and I'm obviously promoting the program. We are still putting one lead magnet a week out on social media to keep
Okay.
that list growth coming in. Yeah. So just work it in. And a really cool thing that I did, and I walked my students how to do it too. What I found with my lead magnets was I felt like they'd grown a little stale because I've had the same lead magnets for years. And I was afraid that using the same copy and the same graphic for as long as I had, my audience had grown tone deaf to it, like they stopped seeing it because they felt like they'd seen it before.
Right.
And so what we did was I went back to the drawing board with it and had AI help me with it. Described the lead magnet in ChatGPT and said, okay, give me 2 sets of social media copy for this lead magnet and we made 2 graphics. And so what that does is for one lead magnet, I've got 2 different options on copy and
Oh,
I've
that's a
got
good
2
idea.
different options on graphics. So
Mm,
like this week I could use copy 1, graphic 1. Next week, copy 2, graphic 2. The next
mm.
week, copy 1, graphic 2. And so now what I've done is I've got that one lead magnet, but I've got 4 different options on promotion for it. So the audience doesn't keep seeing the same thing every week. So you could easily do that for the quiz and for these 2 other lead magnets. And that, in my opinion, as long as those are converting at 20% or higher, that is enough to grow your list effectively without having to create another lead
Another one.
magnet.
And then do you like, so you're just saying, like, for the, posting it, not the actual lead magnet. We don't do 2 versions of the lead magnet, right? Just the
Correct.
actual. Yes.
Just
Okay.
the post. Yeah, just the marketing
Yeah.
copy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The promotional copy. Yep. You don't need 2 different versions of the lead magnet at all. The rest of that funnel can stay the same. The
Right.
the the
Just getting
landing
there.
page, the email. One thing I do always like to ask my students though is, where does your lead magnet lead me next? So I opt in for the quiz and I get my quiz results. Are you making me another offer?
Yeah, so after that, what I usually do is I will get them to hop on a call, right? And then we discuss the results.
Okay, perfect. And it has that. So tell me, for your lead magnets, are you tracking the percentage of conversion?
Yeah, so for that, I feel like the quiz ones, I do not get like a good conversion. Sometimes I do, like sometimes I feel like it's a good way to get people in, and it might be down the road, right? Like, so sometimes may not be
Oh, I'm
right
sorry.
away.
I'm sorry. What I meant was, what is the conversion on people opting in? Is it 20%
Oh,
or higher?
um, like opting in when they do the quiz, you mean? Like how many
Yes.
do the quiz? Yeah, I don't actually know. I'll have to look up my KPI in that one.
Okay.
Like how
So,
many go to the website? Yeah.
got it. So I would put this on your month-end checklist at
Okay.
the end of every month, like, when we're reconciling our profit and loss and we're looking at our list growth and we're looking at, if you have a podcast, you're looking at downloads and all the other things we're tracking for a KPI. I think it's really great to track your KPI on your lead magnet for that month
Okay.
and make sure we want those lead magnets converting as high as possible for you into list growth. So 20% or higher is a good benchmark.
Okay.
But then but we have to keep in mind though, when we're tracking that KPI, if the conversion percentage has gone down from the month before, we kind of have to ask ourselves a few questions because it's probably not the lead magnet itself. Did we promote it enough for people to see it?
Mm.
And if the promotion had dropped off, that's probably why the conversion had dropped off. Also, we need to kind of look at the time of year. And that's what's so great about tracking KPIs is if I get to January and I'm like, okay, the growth of my Facebook group has slowed, then I can go back to January the prior year and see some historical data on, oh, well, it's just January. There we go. It's not me. My group doesn't stink. This is just what happens in January. So, so tracking that KPI on that lead magnet conversion and trying to get it as high as possible. And then I like that you are leading people to a call. So like they've opted in, they got the quiz, they got the results, and then you're saying, hey, Tracy, if you have any questions about sleep apnea, come book a call. Is that also going on in your free lead magnets?
Yeah. So I was bringing them into that free call. I am working with another coach, and she's like wants me to get rid of all my free calls, except for like if I do like a 15-minute, because before I was doing like 45, right? Like,
oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm changing that to 15, like just do a quick 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where I'm working on that now, changing that so my lead magnet goes just to like a 15-minute.
Perfect.
Onboarding kind of thing. And then
Yeah.
I'm doing, because I usually do, what I have been doing is one-on-one coaching for like a 6-month program. But now what I'm offering is like a 3-step assessment where I do an hour assessment. I send them for a test. I review all that, do a follow-up, review all that, and then I do a customized plan.
Okay.
And if they want one-on-one coaching, it's sort of what I'm going to lead them into that way. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Got it. Okay. So we talked about your lead magnets. Those are great for list growth. Let me ask you this. Are you doing some collaborations where you're borrowing other people's audiences, either in person or online? Like if there's a chiropractor that that would allow you to come in and do a free workshop on sleep issues, that would be a great collaboration to borrow that person's audience to potentially convert them to your list. Also, things like podcast guest spots, with people that have a podcast that is maybe about health and wellness, or maybe it's about perimenopause and menopause, and you're coming in as the sleep specialist. Or maybe it's, somebody who has a podcast about caregiving and taking care of your elderly. That also might not be a bad audience for you to be in front of. So are you doing things like that?
I've done a few podcasts, but yeah, like that was my plan, was to try and get in. So if I see more opportunities, like I just haven't really looked for all the opportunities though. So I do probably need to do that.
Yeah.
But I think that the podcast that's what I would like to do, is get into a bit more podcasts that way.
Yeah, for sure. And then be better than I was when I first started out being a podcast guest. They would say, where can everybody find you to connect with you? And I froze like Cindy Brady at the spelling bee. Do you remember that episode of the Brady Bunch where she was just staring at the camera like, what do I say? And so we want to be prepared to have a call to action that leads to your list, not your website. A lot of people will say, oh, go find my website, tracybeavers.com. But the problem with that is they get to my website and there's way too much on it. And they end up not doing anything. They're like, oh, that's a cool website. And then they bounce. But a better strategy is for me to invite them to my free Facebook group, invite them to listen to my podcast, because the way my podcast is set up, we always have a CTA for list growth. So one of your free lead magnets would be amazing in that regard.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then you could also go live with, like, if you who is a really great referral source for you that serves your same audience? Would it be like a chiropractor, or would it be?
Yeah, like most healthcare professionals, I would say, like other physiotherapists would do it, doctors, dentists, right? There's a huge connection with dentists. Yeah, so it'll be those ones.
Okay, perfect. So like if you have there's somebody in the health and wellness space that is online like you are, and they have a pretty good presence on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, you guys could go live together, and instead of it being a podcast.
Right.
So that's still super valuable, because when you're live together, you're each tagging each other and sharing that on both of your social media platforms. So you both get exposure to each other's audiences that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, you betcha. And then speaking of more ways to build up with other people's audiences, have you done any list swaps with anyone that shares your same audience? Meaning they send out an email to their list talking about you, your expertise, giving out the quiz to their people, and then you're in turn going to send an email to your list highlighting something that they want to grow their list.
Oh, no, I've never done that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So these are just all the things that these are just some of the strategies that I teach in Business Visibility Made Easy, because there are so many cool ways to grow your list. I think a lot of us just think about the free lead magnet and that's it. But there's really great, valuable ways to do it. So, which one of those things that we just talked about sounds like it would be easy for you to do and something you could implement?
Well, I think I could probably implement all those. Like they're all good ideas, right? But it's just now finding which one would be the best.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think like finding someone like I would have to think about it, but I know there's people I can think of right now on that I collaborate with online would probably be
Yeah.
really good. And then I like that email swap. Like I really like that idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never thought of that. And there's definitely people that we would have similar, right? They're in the
Mhm.
health field kind of thing that would work.
Yep, and it's an easy thing to do. You give them the copy, the thing, the email that the email body of, what am I trying to say? The body of the email, and why am I in charge? The body of the email and the link and all that, and a graphic. Like make it so easy on them, and then they'll give you the same thing, and then all you have to do is plug it in and send it. Super easy. And you could even take it a step further, and each of you commit to post it on social media for the other and tag the other person. That's
Awesome.
that's super
Yeah.
fun also, yeah. So,
Yeah.
and then make sure, and you know that I teach this, is your social media profiles are set up for list growth. So, like for you on your Facebook personal profile, I would love to see if I haven't looked at your profile, do you have something on your cover photo that drives to your list?
Right now I just did the masterclass, the Stop Snoring masterclass. I had that
Perfect.
on there. Um, but I could, yeah. So then I think this month I'll probably do the perimenopause. But then if I do
Mhm.
have a month where I'm not doing anything, I probably go back to the quiz, right, and put the quiz on
Yes.
there.
Yes. And you know, every time you change out that cover photo, that your audience and the people that are following you get a notification, which brings you back up top of mind. It's just an extra little visibility piece that makes
Right.
people go, "Oh, Tierney changed out her cover photo. Wonder what it's all about." And then they go click on it because people are nosy. I'm talking about myself. And if I saw that, I'd be like, "Oh, I wonder what Tierney did." And I'd go over there and go, "Oh, she's doing perimenopause and menopause. That's me." And then I've slid right down to your list. So yes, when I'm in launch of BVME like I am now, I have the live masterclass or the cart open on my cover photo. But then when I'm not in launch of anything and not promoting like a paid workshop or anything like that, it's an invitation to my free Facebook group, because the way I have the membership entry questions set up, people want to join my email list. And so that helps grow my list that way. So just be sure, even over on LinkedIn and
Yes.
Instagram,
Okay.
that you
Same
have
thing.
those set up. Yeah, for sure. And change those out when you're doing change those out too. Instagram, LinkedIn, and all that jazz.
So Instagram would be more just the title kind of thing that I have there. Would that be what you're
Yeah.
talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it gives you a certain number of characters you can put in under your name.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And so like when I'm in launch, the call to action is come join my free live masterclass. It's something about the masterclass. And then when I'm not in launch, I go back and grab, and I keep all this in my notes app so I don't have to rewrite it every time. I just go grab it, copy and paste. And
Yeah.
then also, and then we'll move into how to convert the list. Another tip is to pin a post on your personal profile for the workshop
Right.
so that
Okay.
it's the first thing people see. Pin the post for for a lead magnet, and then depending on where you are in your promotions, change those out once a quarter.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so we talked about ways to grow the list, and I love that you're excited about those ideas. Let's talk about your other question was how to get people to convert that are on your list, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your list. How many people do you have?
300.
Perfect. That's a good size. And what is your open rate?
Over 50%.
Oh, that's outstanding. What is your click through rate?
Oh, click-through rate, I do know. I just know the open rate. Through I can just check.
Yeah,
Oh,
just on
or
average.
I would say I think it's about the same, to be honest. It's around there.
Okay, usually click-through rate's less than 5%.
Oh, okay. Let me oh, yeah, I would have to check then.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, that's okay. Don't worry about that. The click-through rate is actually a little bit more important now than the open rate. We want that open rate is strong though.
okay.
So that's excellent. But the problem with the open rate is that some emails are showing that they're opened when they're really not. And it's that whole tech
Oh,
thing that happened with Google and Apple or something or other that I don't quite understand. So the open rate's not quite as accurate as it should be. But if you're at 50% or more, I think that's really strong. So, okay. So you do not have a problem, it sounds like, um, with people wanting to hear from you because they're opening the emails.
yeah.
So, are you using fun ways to get them to reply back?
I try to, like, sometimes depending on what the topic is, I'll put in there, then I'll say, like, "I'd love to know what your thoughts are," right, and then reply back, but I feel like I
Yeah.
don't get a lot. Most of the time, I don't get a reply back. For, like, the masterclass Stop Snoring, I did get some, like, reply back with snoring when I was just starting to introduce it. I got a few back that way, but honestly,
Mhm.
I don't get a lot of return on that. Like,
Okay.
I feel like people read it, and then that's as far as it goes for a lot of people.
Yeah, no worries. Also, are you promoting your offers in your emails?
Yes, I like that. Well, this one I did the Stop Snoring masterclass, and then I would offer a free call, like if they're like, this resonates with you and you feel like you need more one-on-one coaching, then book a call here.
Okay. Are you tracking how many people are joining you from those email invitations?
No.
Okay. And that's okay because sometimes that can get a little tricky to diagnose. Um, and so are you sending an email once a week?
Twice a week.
Twice a week, perfect. And because we want to make sure again that our paid offers do not have a visibility problem.
Mm.
Sometimes when I visit with my students, they're like, well, one of my students, I will not forget. She had just come into Business Visibility Made Easy, and she's like, Tracy, I need to ask you about my offer, and I'm like, sure. And she said, I've got this $97 offer. I'm thinking there's something wrong with it, and I'm like, well, before we decide there's something wrong with it, are you promoting it where people can see it? And she stopped and paused and went, I don't think I am. And I was like, okay, let's try that first. So I always want to make sure that your email list knows they can book a call with you. They know about your workshops and you feel like they do.
The workshops, yeah, like I definitely was advertising. Like this past month, I did the Stop Snoring masterclass. I did an email, pretty much twice an email was all about snoring and join the masterclass.
Perfect. And then how many people are booking calls with you right now?
Right now it's slower right now, but I have a couple because I'm in that transition where I stopped putting book a call with me,
Yeah,
right? Because I was starting to switch off to doing this masterclass.
got it.
So that's where like I stopped advertising that. So like that's why I'm in
Got
at
it.
this transition where this is like this sort of like I just started in January doing this new thing where I do that 3-step assessment. So I moved away from like those calls
Got
as
it.
much.
Got it. Yeah.
So
And
that's why it's not great right now because I'm in that transition.
totally understandable. And I do like the three-step assessment thing. That is a lot more scalable over time because there's only so much of you to go around and you're running a physiotherapy practice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about conversions from the list. We want to, okay, let me back up. So the people that are on your list, are you connected with them on Facebook or LinkedIn where you can send them a DM in addition to an email?
Um, Not all of them, depends where they came from, but
Okay.
sometimes I try and do use a different maneuver. Like, so say if I've known them, I've dealt with them before, I've had a call with them in the past, then sometimes I'll do a text,
Yeah.
right? Or an email. Or
Mhm.
sorry, like, yeah, or on social media. So I'll connect with them differently that way.
Okay, got it. If you are connected with them on social media, it's not a bad idea to also send a DM.
Oh, okay. I never thought of that. Like I just sort
Yeah,
of okay.
yeah, it's totally fine. Um, so that might be a great way to get because what we're wanting to do in order to get the list to convert In order to get my free Facebook group members, as an example, to convert, I have to have more conversations with them, either in the inbox or in the DMs. That's how those conversations happen online, in those two places. And so why not use both, in my opinion? And the inbox, let's see, there's a couple of fun ways I have asked people to reply back. And getting them to reply back will also help your email deliverability, keeping your stuff from falling into junk and spam. So, and ChatGPT may be your very best friend in this, because we need to think of funny, because sleep apnea is really not funny, but if you put a little humor in it, they might be more inclined to reply back.
Yes.
Like, did you try a CPAP machine and felt like you were being smothered to death by, a tiger, or I don't know what. I mean, that's kind of silly, but you see where I'm going with that? Reply back and share your story with me, and I'll tell you the funniest story you've ever heard about a CPAP machine.
Yeah,
because I bet you've got some funny stories that you could share about, I don't, is anything coming to mind right now for you about like client? And you don't want to say anybody's name, obviously, but
no, not necessarily with the CPAP. I would say more of them, they just struggled with it, right? So they would just pull it off. So that's
yeah.
what most of the people I would say. Like, I can't think of any funny stories, because you know what? I never really asked them about their funny stories, right? And I
Yeah.
can't think of them coming up.
Yeah. Okay, this just came to mind when you said they just pull it off. I mean, if it were me, I'd probably pull it off and throw it across the room. So you could say, reply back and tell me, honest confession. Did you throw your CPAP across the room when you first tried to wear it? Yes or no?
Mm,
And that might
I
get
like
them
that.
to reply back.
Yeah, I like that.
And then also, I have used a free lead magnet to get people to reply back. So I have a short, less than 60-second exercise to help people rewire their brain for success. It's one of my free lead magnets. And periodically, I will put in the PS, like especially the first email I send of the year. So the first email I sent of 2026, in the PS, it said something like, did you talk crap to yourself for the majority of 2025, like the majority of entrepreneurs I know? I have a less than 60-second exercise that'll help you rewire your brain for success this year. Reply back the word rewire, and I'll send it to you. And so then they reply back. And I had probably 30 people reply back. But what that does is it gets them to reply, getting used to replying to me. Then we get to have a conversation with them. Hey, Tracy, I'm so glad you replied about the CPAP. Yes, I hear this all the time. You just want to take it off and throw it out of a moving car at a high rate of speed. And it's not comfortable, blah, 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 blah. Tell me how things have been going for you on your sleep apnea journey. And then they should reply back. And then you're able to have this ping pong conversation where hopefully you can move them through the funnel a little faster.
Right.
Like if I say, well, it's going okay, but it could be better. And then you reply and go, oh, tell me a little bit more about that. And listen, ChatGPT could be your best friend in this too, because this launch that I'm currently in, I've always been really good with words, either replying to people or sending a DM or whatever. But I thought, I wonder if chat could help me be better. And so it knows me, it knows my audience, it knows all this stuff about me. And so I just said, hey, I need a really cool way to message people to follow up with them after they attended the live masterclass. Or, hey, this is the reply I got from Tierney in my inbox about XYZ. Help me craft the next response to uncover her needs.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because whether we are in the DMs or whether we are in the inbox, we're wanting to have those conversations to uncover their needs and move them through to booking a call with you or doing the 3-step assessment.
Yes.
Does all that make sense?
Totally makes sense. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So was there anything else? Do you have any questions about what we talked about today, or anything else that you wanted to ask me while we're here?
No, I think those are the two major things. And now I think I just need to implement. And I think one of my other biggest things too, I need to do better on my KPIs. So you gave me a lot of things that I can start addressing that will help for sure.
Good. Yeah. Well, I am so glad you were here, and I'm so glad that you are willing to do this live coaching with me. Sometimes it's not easy to say what we're struggling with and what we need help with, but by doing this and my listeners being able to listen to our conversation is really going to help a lot of people. So I just want you to know that I appreciate it so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It was very helpful. So thank you.
You betcha. Where can everybody find you to connect with you?
I am on Instagram at the sleep apnea coach. And then I'm also on Facebook, but it's under my name, Tierney Gunthorpe, which is a little bit harder to find. But yeah, those would be the two places. And I'm on LinkedIn too, under Tierney Gunthorpe.
Perfect. Do you want to tell everybody about your quiz? What's the URL for your quiz?
It's a form. Yeah, that's the other thing. I have it as a form, so it's a Thrive Card one, so it's just a form. So I need to probably make it onto a website, like a landing page.
Got it. Okay.
So,
Well, yeah. Is there, do you have a lead magnet or anything you could offer the audience today if they could go grab it?
yeah, I have a couple ones on sleep, so I can send that your way too, so you can have that.
Perfect. That sounds great. Okay, my friends, here's what I want you to do now. I want you to come join my free Facebook group. If you're not in the group, I just don't even know what to say. I want you to come join us. We have free networking events once a month. We did one today. It was so great. We had probably over 40 people in the room. And it's so fun. And then we do free live Q&A, Ask Me Anything. Once a month, I do those to do what we're doing today, answering questions from people that are in my free Facebook group that are building online businesses just like you are. And it's been a really great time. So come join my free group so you can take advantage of those two events that we do for free every month. It's called Be a Confident Entrepreneur. Get visible, grow your email list and your income. And the link to join us is in the show notes. Also, you can find it, the link for it is in my Facebook personal profile. And remember, you hear me say this every single week. Don't go it alone. Being an entrepreneur is freaking hard. Some days, everybody wants to buy what you're selling. And other days, you feel like nobody can remember your name. And if you think you're alone, you're absolutely not. And that is why being in a community of support like my free group is going to make the difference for you. You will get more support than you can ever imagine. And remember, the links for everything are in the show notes waiting for you. I want you to have a great balance of the week and weekend. And I want you to remember that when one of us rises, we all rise. So that is why we've got to keep cheering each other on. Tierney, thank you again for being here.
Well, thank you. It was great. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.